Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will go over Tesla technical analysis, which is for short-term price actions. Today is April 26th. I'm recording this message before market opens. Hopefully I will be able to post it within the first 2 hours of the trading day today. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So Tesla has been moving around. It is not necessarily within a consolidation zone because, as you can see, it got as high as 1152 on April 4th, the day after the delivery announcement for Q1 of 2022. It also spiked back up the day after earnings up to about 1083. So it has been bouncing around in a little bit, and I wanted to show this picture to show that there is a bull flag on the daily that is currently still there. Tesla ended the day yesterday at 998, and the bottom end of the bull flag, as well as the 50 days SMA, is roughly around $940. So we are still within the body of the bull flag here, and the first price target of the bull flag was 1155, which give or take, it has already hit first price target, and the second price target is 1287. For right now, since Tesla is still in the middle of nowhere, which is the body of the flag here, it is hard to say when it will break out, because for it to break out, it first needs to get back up to the upper end of the bull flag at 1039 and have any signal of a breakout, which includes volume and a bullish candle. We're not there yet, and I don't know if we will be there anytime soon. Given that Elon is acquiring Twitter, I think that there is a little bit of distraction in the market. I don't think that Elon will necessarily be distracted from the Tesla business, even though this is a big purchase, but I think there will be distraction in the market trying to gauge how much time Elon will be spending with Twitter and how is that affecting Tesla and so on and so forth. In my personal opinion, Tesla is a very well-established company. It doesn't need a CEO for day-to-day functioning. It does need the CEO and the board to steer the company in the next strategic direction, but it doesn't need Elon for day-to-day operation. Already there, I think they will, with decent staff, decent leadership, Elon can probably spare a few hours a week for meeting. It is, after all, a technology-driven company, cloud-based company, so it is not manufacturing-driven. He probably doesn't need to be there physically. So his time involvement in Twitter, while will take away his time from Tesla, he is at the stage in his life where he can afford time spent on personal hobby, things that could make free speech better in his opinion, and at the same time spearheading Tesla, guiding it to the right strategic directions for the next few years, but at the same time let the rest of Tesla leadership and management takes a course and run the company for him. So I do think that it is a distraction, but I don't think it is a negative distraction that will lead to unfavorable earnings results. I think Tesla is a very strong company. If you listen to my channel long and hard enough, you know that I'm a big fan of Tesla. I have a Model Y myself, and I have been eyeing Tesla for years now. When it comes to financial performance, Tesla only recently, about a year and a half, started making major moves in the market, but this is a very good company fundamentally speaking. Q1 of 2022, Tesla made $3.22 per share. That is a very, very good number because that is tracking toward $14 to $15 per year, which is very difficult to achieve for a car manufacturing company. And Tesla will be achieving that this year with delivery of at least 1.6 million vehicles. So I don't have to preach to the choir. I know most of you listening to my channels are I know most of you listening to my channel is Tesla bull, so we'll get back to chart analysis here. So here's the daily chart of Tesla depicting the last few days, and yesterday was a somewhat bullish candle, but very weak. It bounced right around 986, which was also a decent support. Although it did have a gap down yesterday, it tried to make its way back up, but it ended the day at $998. The volume has been close to 100% over the last 4 days, although predominantly sell volume here until yesterday. And right now, pre-market, Tesla is also flat at $998. Futures are slightly down. It is predicting a relatively flat to red day, and I expect the Tesla would go in the red. Given the final news that Elon will be purchasing Twitter over the last few weeks, it has been in negotiation, board position, and so on and so forth. But yesterday, we know that the two have come to conclusion that Elon will be purchasing Twitter, taking the company private. Now let's take a look at the hourly chart here. So first of all, the pivot points for today on the upper end is $1,014. Middle pivot point is $994, and the bottom pivot point is $959. Now, if it goes below $959, that is $941, which is the bottom end of the bull flag. Right now, that is a support point, and right below that is 50 days SMA at $937. So for all intents and purposes, you're looking at $940 for another strong support below the bottom pivot point of $959 here. So the pivot points here does not reflect a whole lot of movement today. Back to the hourly chart here. Once again, we see consolidation yesterday after moving down. Pre-market, it hit 961, and then it starts spiking back up, almost touched the middle pivot point, and then moving sideways for the rest of the day. Dip a little bit in the last hour and then recovered. So yesterday was a very interesting day. I had projected the Tesla would be moving down, but apparently it did not move down as low as pre-market, but it also did not do anything major during the day, just going up and down. Just going up and down with very long wicks on both ends here. Today is Google's earnings day, which probably won't affect Tesla a lot, but I still think that technology sector's earnings this week could translate into either more optimism in the technology sector, which translate into optimism in Tesla, or vice versa, pessimism in the market in Tesla. Usually Tesla is on its own and is not going to be analyzed together with other companies, but I do think that Tesla is getting bigger, and the flow of money generally going into the tech sector could benefit Tesla as well. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart here, again, we only had yesterday for the weekly, so this week is not necessarily good representation here. But last week, it had a very long wick. The high end of that wick was around $1,090, and it got rejected and ended the week at around $1,005, give or take. So that is a fourth week that Tesla had a very long wick to conclude the week. So the week of March 28, we see a wick here rejecting 1105. April 4, this is the delivery result week. We see a long wick here rejecting around 1150, and also ended the week red with a bearish engulfing candle. The week of the 11th, it is a failed rocket launch, also very long wick, closed the weekly gap, which is great, but also end the week at around $985 area. Last week, very, very long wick, surpassing the upper end of the bull flag, wanting to break out again, but it could not. It did not even get to 1105, and it retraced back down, ending the week at around also $1,005 as well. So this week is only one day yesterday, so we'll have to see how it goes. It could probably get back up to around 1040, move back down. I do foresee Tesla getting slightly lower this week, and it could get to about $970, give or take, possibly even touching 940 before bouncing. If Tesla cannot bounce around $940 level, the next major support would be 200 days SMA at $897. At $897, Tesla is expected to bounce, and if it loses that area a little bit, I expect it to bounce right around $870, and that is a optimal point to enter a leap call option, in my opinion. For right now, I don't have any planned trading on Tesla. I'm capitalizing on short-term options when I see clear pattern of either a bullish move or a bearish move. But for right now, I'm waiting for Tesla to head down a little bit more in order to enter a longer term call option. Now, keep in mind that the period where Tesla does not have major volatility, as is the case now, that is also a good time to enter call option, because absent volatility, Tesla premium is a lot more reasonable in price, and that is a good opportunity to enter. The downside of the lack of volatility is that premium will not spike dramatically one way or another. So the best course of action is to wait for the volatility to the downside in order to take a call, or volatility to the upside in order to take a put. I'm a Tesla bull. I'm biased in the bullish direction, so I have always been waiting for the right opportunity to buy a long-term call option when Tesla's volatility is either low or the volatility to the downside is ginormous and it hit major support and or break that major support temporarily. That is the optimal point, if not the excellent point to enter. And it is not always the bottom that I enter, but it always going to be one of the bottoming points where Tesla is looking to bounce. And that's what we're trying to capture. So long story short, I'm not looking to trade today. If there's no sign that Tesla getting down to around 940 or below, I think that we have to be a little bit patient to wait for the right opportunity to purchase call options. But if you are an investor, anything below $1,000 right now is a great deal, knowing that Tesla will be heading to 1,1600 and in the long term 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So I am super excited that we are presented with another opportunity to buy. Of course, today's opportunity pricing is higher than a year ago, but that does not bother me as a long-term investor. I'll continue to buy more Tesla shares and hold for the next few years. And this is it for this video. I hope you find it helpful, and until the next video, bye.